We're shopping.
Good morning, guys. I'm coming at you early 7 a.m. No makeup, me and Aretha playing in the background. Hopefully this video doesn't get flagged, but dropped my son off at school, and it occurred to me that I would show you how I do my grocery shopping. Because a lot of the time in my comments, you guys are like, oh, I don't know how you can afford to do all the things that you do and whatever, but I figured I would show you how I afford it. I'm going to show you guys what I'm buying as my groceries. I always go to the supermarket early in the morning before anybody's here when they're reducing the prices of things. This is the best time to go grocery shopping. It's during this time of the morning that the managers in every department are reducing things that are about to go bad or need to get off the floor. And I'm here to scoop them up. Let me show you guys my haul. I thought I would share this with you. For $3.49, you save $3. They do have that super brand, but now instead of just buying a single coffee, you're getting super creamer. It's got 0 sugar per serving, keto friendly, sweet cream vanilla, coconut mocha, and caramel waffle. Caramel waffle sounds really good, but I just don't like energy drinks of any kind. I'm gonna pick up the Bliss, even though it's $7.19. Maybe I'll hit Aldi's as well. Well, they also have it in positive energy, half and a half. It's really interesting, but it's got cream, milk protein. It still has oils in it. This is really a creamer. Yeah, it's not really half and half. I think I'll just get light cream and then maybe hit an Aldi's at some point. I just kind of opt for, in order to get great deals, you can never be brand loyal. I will say that, but that's okay with me. I really do love the Bliss coffee creamer, but I'm not spending $7 on it when Aldi's has a dupe for like $3. I could go to Aldi's, or just for a little while, I probably will pick up a light cream because I just like light cream in my coffee and maybe a drop of sugar if I don't find the Bliss. I always check the seasonal aisle because you never know what might end up on crazy clearance after the holidays, because I would never pay $15 for that bowl or $7 for this mug, but you just never know what may get left over. I like to imagine that it will. These are actually so nice. They're so cool. They're BPA free, bamboo and melamine. I kind of love those. $3. I'm tempted to buy them because they're unbreakable and really pretty. I mean, there's just almost no reason to buy these things other than for fall gifts after the fact and stow them away when there's so many awesome things in the Dollar Tree and decor. Oh my gosh, these are cute though for $6.99. I would never, but really cute. I really would never though. I'm just so cheap, you guys. I just thought I would give you a quick glance of what I see when I go shopping, and I don't buy it. It's tempting, but I just don't. I stay on my budget, really and truly. What? Now, things like this tempt me more than anything else because that is just so cool. The batteries are already in there. Oh my God, for $7, but thank goodness I got one for $1.25. That's almost the same fun. Look at the prints on these gnomes. Now, these are cool gnomes. They're only $5. Really and truly not a bad deal. Oh, wow. These are $7.50. Honestly, the $5 ones at Dollar Tree were not as cute as these guys. What do you guys think? These are amazing for $7.50. There'll probably be plenty of them left over. Oh, we're listening to Blondie now. I can't help it. I just love supermarket music these days. They're like the greatest hits of my youth. That's pretty sad. I love Blondie though. All right, guys, we're gonna check out and I'm gonna share my haul with you. Okay, so this is my haul. Here in New York, you leave the grocery store with all your stuff in the shopping cart, unless you remember to bring your reusable bags inside. And of course, your girl never does. But I will show you guys everything that I picked up today at crazy good deals, and it's going to be taken home and put in the freezer. Now, this is bison meat. I happen to like it. It's raised without antibiotics, no hormones, no artificial ingredients. I love it when I see that on any meat product. This is actually usually $10, and sometimes I do pick it up depending on what my budget has, but today I was able to pick up 2 packs for $10, which is a great buy. Now, these are the manager specials that are 90% lean. You hardly ever find the lean ground beef on sale, and they're 50% off. So I picked up 3 of them. They actually have tons of them at this Stop and Shop. So I love when I see ground beef on sale. You can freeze it and use it whenever. I definitely cannot resist these. I know the boys are gonna love them. These are wall burgers. They are $5.99. They're regularly, I think, like $12. We've barbecued these before and know that we really like them. And so for $6, that may be dinner tomorrow. Now, this is actually something that I always pick up at Stop and Shop. It is frozen avocado, which I like to add to salads or egg dishes, avocado toast when I don't have fresh avocado or my avocados aren't ripe, because I eat avocado every single day. It's so good for you. And dark cherries that are pitted. Cherries are also crazy good for you, and sometimes they're just impossible to get fresh and too expensive, so I always buy them. These are both $3.99. 12-ounce bags, and I think they are a great value. I picked up some Snapple for my son because that's like his favorite drink. 6 bottles of peach tea for $3.99. It was on sale, and it's actually almost never on sale. These packs of, look, pomegranate. There's 8 pomegranates here. Granted, some of them are a little bit beat up, but you guys, pomegranates are insanely expensive at the supermarket. These are reduced produce. I have absolutely no problem when it's pomegranates. You just never know what you're gonna get, but if I can get 8 pomegranates, are you guys seeing that? 8 pomegranates for $6, because these are $1.99 each. I'm freezing pomegranate, and I'm going to use it whenever I want to, add to fruit salads or put on top of my yogurt or ice cream. Pomegranate is so good for you, absolutely good for you, or just eat it. But more than likely, because I scored 8 of them, I'm gonna freeze these and use them on my yogurt, or like I said, anything, oatmeal. Pomegranate is a very good source of antioxidants. It has so many healing powers, and even when it's like this, it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. And all those mangoes are just an added bonus. That will be fruit salad for tonight with some pitted cherries out of my frozen treat cherry bag. Usually when I'm starting to leave, as I'm putting my things in the bag, I start to figure out what I'm gonna make and when, because this is several days worth of grocery shopping that I did for $80. I know that you guys realize that it is impossible to get all of this stuff for $80 if you're not shopping like this, but I'm really happy because these are great buys. Now, this manager special it doesn't have the reduced price because they repackaged it, but this is such a cheap price, $2.49 for country style ribs. This was $4.51 and this was $3.56. And I will put these in the Instapot and cook them up with some barbecue sauce and some corn, and that'll be an awesome meal one day of the month. This as well, Italian sausage for $2.49 by Primo. That's a great buy. Again, half price. That will be with some broccoli rabe and pasta, a whole dish in and of itself. That will serve us all. That's 5 pieces of sausage, thinly sliced with broccoli rabe and pasta bow ties. Yummy. Admittedly, this is something I've never tried. It says pork with a pledge, pork raised with no added hormones or steroids, gluten-free, no MSG. It's chorizo, $2.14. I'm gonna stick this in the freezer and have to look up some recipes for some sort of morning casserole or something, or brunch casserole. I've never tried it like this, but how could you go wrong with sausage meat? I think that this will be a score, and it might be something that we want to buy again. And I love to buy things like this because you get to try new things. This was $3.56, and it's already marinated. I don't usually buy things like this, but honestly, John loves Peruvian chicken. And yeah, so I picked it up. $7.13 originally, $3.56. I thought that this would be a really good dinner for John and me when Chris is like at a friend's house or a sleepover. So I picked this up because this is like the perfect meal for the two of us. Now this Italian chicken sausage with cheese and garlic, I'm gonna sneak in when nobody's paying attention because the boys don't like chicken sausage, but I'll sneak it into a dish and they won't know the difference. Maybe like sausage and peppers, and I'll sneak some of the chicken sausage in with some regular sausage and peppers. And I guess I'll probably end up eating all of the chicken sausage, but if I tell them that it's in there, they won't eat it. But do you guys see that price? $3.14, and it was $6.29 originally. And at $6.29, I'm not gonna buy it just for me, but I always score chicken sausage because it's one of those things that most people don't love, but I do. Okay, so now here's another crazy little tidbit of information. Normally, I try to buy grass-fed beef, but last week, I just happened to have found another manager special of the beef for stir-fry meat, and I picked it up because it was like $2.99. So now I have 2 packs of it, which is a lot of stir-fry beef and perfect for an Instapot meal, maybe fajitas. So of course, I did pick that up at $3.82. And just think about that. For $6.82, which is what the other pack cost me, I'm gonna have fajitas for probably 2 dinners. And I have frozen peppers that I picked up a couple weeks ago and prepped and blanched and then froze that I will throw into this and make fajitas for my family with fresh peppers, tons of them that I got for $1.99 a pack, just like I just showed you my pomegranates. So by shopping like this and having, I do have a deep freeze, and that is the key to being able to save money and shop like this. When you see it, you buy it, and then you keep track of it and you meal plan. But you really do kind of need to have a freezer. And I do have one, even though I live in a tiny bungalow, I have a small stand-up freezer, and it pays for itself year after year in the savings that I get by grocery shopping this way. Pick this up as well, even though, I mean, this is not really the greatest deal, but the boys love these kind of fancy burgers. These were originally $11.99 for the 4 burgers, and it was $6. This is not my like favorite type of item to buy, but they love fancy packaged burgers, and you know, at $6, how could you beat that? I absolutely love the apple turnovers from Lidl's, but when I happen to catch them at Stop and Shop on clearance like this, a 4-pack for $2.99, or the raspberry turnovers with the chocolate drizzle for $2.99, I do pick them up. I must admit, although they're not my favorite, the boys like them as well. Well, Christopher loves turnovers. So what I do is I use my food vacuum sealer, and I vacuum seal these individually and pop them into the freezer. So whenever anyone says that they want something different for breakfast, or if my son tells me he's hungry in the morning when I wake him up and he'd like something sweet or something like that, I just pop it in the air fryer in aluminum foil, and it comes out like a fresh baked apple turnover. And honestly, I pick this sugar stuff off of it. I don't like the sugar drizzle, but for $6, that is 8 apple turnovers. It's a good buy. I'm not saying that it's healthy or anything like that. I do love the ones at Lidl. I feel like they're way better, but this was such a great deal, I can't pass it up. And when you go early in the morning, they almost always have at least one of these clearance pies. You never know what flavor you're gonna get, but I love that they have no sugar added. They have no artificial sugar, nothing like that. And you heat this slice up in the air fryer with some whipped cream, and it is super delicious any time of day. I love when I get that. That is a great deal because normally it's $9. $9 for pie is crazy in my opinion. And that, my friends, is how I can afford to feed my family on a super low budget and help feed other people's families. Now we're going back home, putting all of that stuff in the freezer, and then getting ready for the day. And it's not even 8 o'clock yet. I just realized that oh my gosh, I've never done a video like this, but I figured I would let you guys really see what I do. I mean, I took my son to school. It's beautiful out, so I figured I could do the haul. I have yesterday's eye mascara. Oh my gosh. I even washed my face with that awesome new green tea milky cleanser that the Dollar Tree gave us that I love. It smells so good and I love things like that. But I have some residue and I just walked around Stop and Shop, but I don't care because I saved at least $80, if not more, because some of those items were reduced more than 50%. And so I already saved $80 today that I have to feed my family. We have to eat. I feel like I got really good quality products at really great deals. I didn't buy everything that was on sale. I bought the cherries and the avocado. Those are very important to me because they're good for your circulation, and I do things to make sure that I can stay as healthy as I can so that we can continue to do what we do. But I think that it's a great way to shop. I am not brand loyal, like I said, and I did end up leaving without my creamer, which I opted to go later to Aldi's, which I will. I'm not brand loyal. There's very few things that I'm brand loyal to, like product loyal even sometimes. I'm not even product loyal, but brand loyal, not at all, which you need to be open-minded in order to shop like this. But I love variety. My husband and my son don't, which is why I do buy things like those burgers and things like that, because they do really get a kick out of them. But I will be going to the Baldwin Dollar Tree to pick up my burger buns, and I'll be hitting a Dollar Tree because they have brand name bread on sale. You guys get it now? Like, this is kind of like how I finagle everything, because I'm always getting people commenting like, oh, you drive a really expensive car. Yes. My husband purchased this car when he got his new job before his brain injury. I wanted to do this video to, I guess, react to some of the comments that I'm getting that I delete, where people are like, how do you run a nonprofit when you don't have a job? Where do you get the money from? You're taking people's donations and you're spending your day at the Dollar Tree. Why don't you get a job? I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this just once. I've had many jobs in my lifetime, and I had a career before I ended up in a circumstance that made me suffer from PTSD. I do have post-traumatic stress disorder from living with intense violence for a long period of time. And so I can't handle a job. That's the truth. I can't handle a 9-to-5 job. I don't like people yelling at me. I don't like it when people flip the script on me. I don't want to be a volatile employee, and I only like to do things that make me happy these days. I could be doing a lot of different things, and if I want to at some point, maybe I'm well enough to go back to them, but I don't have to answer those questions all the time. I just decided to do a grocery haul to try to explain to people how I save money and my family is able to function. I don't get tons of donations, financial donations. My organization, oh, it's purple. It's October, guys. It's called Garage Sales Against Violence. And when I did have a full-time job and I was making a lot more money, we paid for a lot larger events and we did charity on a larger scale when my husband was working. When I met my husband, he afforded me the luxury of not keeping a job. I did not have to work anymore. He told me, run your nonprofit full time. It's what makes you happy and makes you you, and I'll help you as much as I can. And then he got a brain injury. And here is where we are now. So there are life choices to be made. And during the pandemic, I started a YouTube channel. Garage Sales Against Violence is a nonprofit that helps women and children who are survivors of domestic violence. And it's a coincidence that I happen to be wearing purple, a t-shirt from the Dollar Tree that I actually don't really love because the neckline is not that great, but I rocked it at Stop and Shop today because I slept in it. And, you know, here I am coming at you guys. All, who knows, maybe 100 people will watch a Stop and Shop video, but I really wanted to address all of the haters because I really can't deal with it anymore. There's no reason for people to leave nasty comments. I don't even have a link for people to send me money. I should make one. A lot of you have emailed me. I don't really know how to get around to doing it. Another reason, people have mailed me checks I cannot cash checks. Garage Sales Against Violence bank account got shut down during COVID. Don't ask me why. During COVID, I was not able to get to the bank because none of the branches were open, but it wasn't like that across the country. And TD Bank, I guess, had contacted me, but I didn't know it because I didn't receive the email telling me that I needed to deposit money into the account. Not that this is anybody's business, but I've had a couple of people send me checks and expect me to cash them. I never asked for checks. My organization does not accept checks at this time. I do have a Garage Sales Against Violence PayPal, and I'm going to correct the bank account situation, but honestly, I don't want to pay a $10 or $20 monthly fee when we don't get donations. And sending PayPal donations is a lot easier. It doesn't cost me anything. So I'm addressing those comments that I received because I'm at the supermarket at 7 o'clock in the morning cutting corners on produce and meat for my family so that I can afford to run this nonprofit. It doesn't make any sense to me that I would keep a checking account for my organization that costs me between $15 and $20 depending on the transactions that I do when I hardly do any from a bank account. I don't write checks. My organization does not operate like that. PayPal is perfect. I shop for people. That is what I do. I get great deals and I pick up donations. So for me, a bank account is not that important. And if it's something that matters to you guys to see, then there are other charities. I didn't ask for donations. For those of you who want to donate to my organization, I do have a PayPal that I will link in this video. Garage Sales Against Violence at gmail.com is my PayPal for my nonprofit. And if somebody would like to donate to my nonprofit, you are welcome to do that. Or you are welcome to mail me stuff from the Dollar Tree that I think is great to donate. That is more than perfect. I don't ask for that, but so many people have asked me to make it available, and I never do because of all of the negative comments that I get when I talk about my charity. But I just thought that I would let you guys see how it is that I'm able to do what I do. I'm very good with money, and I'm a great shopper, and I have a great eye for what's a good value. I can honestly say that with a straight face because we all know that it's true. I'm a really good bargain hunter, and I don't necessarily always hit like those 90% off deals either because I need things in volume. I only really like those kind of deals when I happen to hit them and I can get a lot of things, a lot of the same things, like an abundance of one item in multiples, or if I'm looking for stuff for gifts for my family or myself because we're a small family. But for my nonprofit, it's better to source things that I can get in large quantities. So I just thought I would give you guys a little glimpse into what a day in my life is like. I'm almost back home. I just passed the Dollar Tree and I was tempted to go back and I might go into the West Babylon Dollar Tree, but I think I'd rather go when I look like myself. I hope no one's mad at me venting about the negativity that I sometimes have to deal with, but every once in a while I do feel like I should address it because it is October. Actually, it is October 2nd today, Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And you know what? Happiness begins at home. So if I'm getting all these negative comments, I just feel like it's time to address them. This is what I do. Here is where I'm at. This is where my family's at. We're very blessed. I didn't think that I would ever be in this position again where my husband could, be back home and everything would be okay. A miracle was granted to my family. I was about to go back to work and I wasn't thrilled about it, but I was going to have to do it because financially it wasn't feasible. None of these things are necessarily anybody's business on YouTube, but once again, because of some negativity that has fallen upon me, I thought I would share because I care enough to make sure that you guys know that I'm exactly who I am. This is who I am. I'm not rich. I live a very modest life. I have no shame in my game. And if I find something that I think is usable, I will take it right out of a dumpster if I need to. And if I think that other people can benefit from it, I will stop right in the middle of traffic and pick trash because I know that there are people out there who could use these items. And that is how I started my organization. I would go to garage sales and ask the people, Hi, what are you guys doing with the stuff after your garage sale? That's how the name started, Garage Sales Against Violence. When I was living with my son's father, I got to a point where I was too sick to even work because mentally I was so broken. But I would escape my miserable life by going garage sailing and spending the little bit of money that I had to get things that I thought would be useful for myself and my son. And then it dawned on me that there could be utility in things that people were getting rid of. So I found a way to help others even when I had nothing. So that is why I do what I do. So that is why I do what I do and how I do it. I feel that this has been an adequate explanation. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. For those of you who don't believe this, this is the best that I can do. And hopefully there won't be any negative comments in this video. And as always, guys, stay safe and stay savvy. Bye-bye. Look at all of those pomegranate seeds, you guys. That would have cost me a lot of money. What a score. I'm going to freeze a ton of them. I've got my containers and I'm going to put the container in the freezer, and I'm also going to Ziploc bag it. And I can use those until they run out in my yogurts and my oatmeals and anything like that. And it's such a savings. Also, I have noticed over the years of cleaning pomegranate that the cream of the crop rises to the top, because as you can see, do you guys see that? The ones that are kind of no good, they always seem to make it to the bottom. It's almost like the kernels of popcorn, but I'm not going to save those. I'm going to toss them, and all the ones that I get to keep are perfect.